You know I'm ready to ride. Sipping with that smoke on the side. Say what they want, what they like. All right, y'all, come on in. Come on in. Come on in to the live and share the video. Y'all know what time it is. We got our sister on here today. Come on in. We're finna talk about abuse. Some of y'all need to watch this live. So come on in and get some of this medicine. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. Share the video. Come on in. We got Miss Thing on here. She gonna introduce herself to y'all. Y'all come on in because we got our sister on here and she got a testimony. She is a warrior. She is a survivor. She is a living, walking testimony. And, you know, it's a lot of women that's dealing with domestic abuse. You know, it's a lot of women that's around here and they getting beat on. And it's a lot of women that's around here, they don't know how to leave and they scared to leave. And you don't want to have to get to where Shermonicia got in order for you to leave. So this video is hopefully this live will be a wake-up call to a whole lot of women. Hopefully, you know, you see this video and you decide, you know what, not one more motherfucking day, not one more time, not one more second, not one more minute, and hopefully something in this moment allows you to love yourself more than you love that man. So, you know, y'all come on in and let's get ready to get started because it's time. You know, because everybody should have a king on their side. If you around here put your hands on somebody, you are not a king. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to stop calling yourself. Every man don't deserve the title as a king because everybody ain't no king. If you around here beating on your woman, if your woman around here, she can't be who she is because she got to change who she is when you walk in the room, there ain't no king shit. There ain't no king shit. She should be able to just be all that she is. In front, she should be the queen that she is in front of her man. And if she feels intimidated by that, that's a motherfucking problem. So come on in. That's on here. All right, y'all. Come on in, y'all. So I'm finna turn this on down because we finna get ready to get our interview started, honey. Come on in, y'all. Let me see who on here. Okay. Hey, Miss T and Angela and Trina. Hey, Anel and Tanisha and Starla, Shanika. What's up, Miss Gillisley? Come on in, Alicia. Come on in. Come on in live, y'all. We finna get some medicine. We finna get some healing. All right. Okay, y'all. All right. Thank y'all. Hey, Lakia. Thank y'all so much for joining us today. Thank you guys for coming back for this you know, for the calm parts of Kenyandra. Because that was Keisha, y'all seen earlier. But this is Kenyandra, but Keisha gonna come back. And thank y'all for joining us because this show is a show that's very important. I had a couple people that were supposed to be on this show, but they was kind of still in the midst of being undecided or whether they was going to go back and fear, you know. So I understood it, and I would never want anybody to come on here and say anything that they feel is they're gonna have to pay for it when they come off this live. So I want to introduce our guest to introduce herself. First of all, I just want y'all to know she is from Mobile, period, because I love my motherfucking So introduce yourself to everybody.
Hi, everybody. I'm Shermonica. And you know what? Everybody say, it's all right. Everybody say Shermonicia, the eyes, the two eyes throws them on. But everybody call me Mona. You can call me Mona.
Okay.
And so I'm from Mobile, Alabama, born and raised, grew up in Orange Grove. That's where I grew up at. And everything. I'm just so excited to be here with you today. Like, finally, I get to be on here because, baby, you and that fan, y'all give me life. You give me life.
Here. So we just gonna get right on into the interview, and at the end of the interview we'll get into all the stuff that you got going on and all the things that you are working on and all the stuff that you manifested. So we're gonna talk about your ex-fiance And we're not going to mention his name. And you asked me not to mention his name, and I won't even mention his name. And once you said that, you didn't even have to tell me what his name was. I didn't even ask, because once you said no, it's like I don't even know. So we'll start from the beginning. So how did you meet your ex-fiance?
Well, it's fun. We went to high school together. We went to BC Ryan together, and we didn't talk to each other in high school. He was like a big football star, and I was just like the girl over here and everything. So fast forward to years later, we were both working at the same job. And that's how we just kind of like reconnected. Like, then you go, like, yeah, I went there, and then we just got to talking. Now for a whole month, like I ignored him. I gave my phone number, but I ran from, which in hindsight I should have kept on running and everything. But I ignored him. He would call my phone. I was like, oh, let me call you right back. I wasn't interested. And then he just wore me down, girl. And I was like, okay. So we started talking, started dating, and literally he came to my house and never left. Just like that, like never left. Yeah, just like that. Never left. Because I was so just, I needed love, and I would tolerate anything from a man. So just like, I got a man now, I let him move right on in. Like the next day.
So how old were you guys when you let him move in?
We were 24. And see, I'm a year older than him, so he was 23.
Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mentally.
Yeah, we was young.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys was living together. How long did it take for him, not before him to actually physically start hitting you, but the verbal abuse and the emotional abuse? How long was it that you guys were living together before you saw signs of him that he had a temper?
Well, you know, it didn't start. Like he hid it. He hid it so well. The first time that he ever put his hands on me, our daughter was like 4 months. I got pregnant within like 7 months of the relationship and everything. We was off and on, but it was never nothing. Like he never showed any signs. And so when I had her, you know, we got back together, and she was like 4 months. That was the first time that he ever put his hands on me. We were going to church together and everything. And like the first time that it happened, I said something to him in church. I couldn't remember what I said, but he held on to it. And like right when we got home, we walked in the door, he knocked me to the floor. Just knocked me to the floor, like in front of my son. And he was like, he said whatever I supposed to been said in church. Like he said it to me, and then he made my son go upstairs, and then he was like, you won't ever say that to me again. You won't ever just, but I don't even remember what I said, you know, to be honest with you. But he knocked me to the floor, helped me up off the floor. And then I was just shocked, because I was like, where did that come from? And so then like, he was like, oh, I'm so sorry. It'll never happen again. It was just a mistake. You caught me off guard. And I believed him. And so like about a month after that, and from then on, it went on for 4 years, like a constant everyday basis.
Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. So it was a constant everyday basis. So what happened? What do you think happened in the why do you feel like you stayed? So you went through it for 4 years, for a constant 4 years consistently. What would make you stay? Because you know you have people that be like, I don't if he's knocking on me, bitch, I won't stay with him, and I can't even believe she did that, and all that kind of judgmental shit. So what made you stay? What made you feel?
Well, for one, I was one of those women.
What made you believe him?
Okay, well, I used to be one of those women, because growing up, my mother was abused. Like she was abused by my father. So I was like, oh, I'll never give it a man who put his hands on me. And in some way, form, you know, most men I've been with, they were abusive in some form. It wasn't physical until I met him. But the part of me that stayed was because for one, I didn't love myself. I didn't know who I was. I didn't want to deal with all the trauma and things that I went through growing up. And I felt like that I needed him. I felt like if I continue to pour my love into him, then he'll change and he'll stop doing it, and he'll stop, fighting me and stuff, because a lot of my abuse is graphic. It's really graphic. So I didn't know how deep you wanted me to go or how far you wanted me to go. But
I want you to tell it all, because it's some people that's dealing with some graphic shit and they haven't woke up yet. So I'll ask you this. Okay, so you say it's graphic. So Okay, so the first time that he put his hands on you, he hit you or whatever. So how graphic or how bad did the abuse get? Like, give me some
It got
scenarios.
really bad. Okay. It got really bad. He was punching holes in my walls. He threw me through a wall. He would lock me in closets. He would whip me with belts. He put knives to my throat. He has drugged me through my house by my hair. He's kicked me, stomped me. He beat me in my head to like on 2 occasions till I was unconscious, and I woke up in my bed. Um, who Lord? He tried to slit his wrist within a relationship because we would break up. He would leave. We would break up, and then he would come back. I would always let him come back. And he's raped me. For sex and everything on me. And I had to work. He didn't work the whole 4 years. He didn't work. I worked. So none of the abuse would be on my face because I had to go to work. So it would be from here and down. With that and all that. So he fight me before I'm going to work. Like, we was at the mall one day. Like, he attacked me at the mall. Nobody stopped to help. Like, it was really bad. Just being going through all that.
So let me ask you. So when you say that he didn't work, something that I have completely learned about men and women who take care of men. Women who take care of men become some of the most disrespected women. Most women that I know that take care of a man and don't require him to be a man and to work and to help and do what a man's supposed to do, they're so taken for granted.
Yeah.
They're so mistreated. And then you'll have he'll be messing around you with a woman that don't even work. She's the complete opposite of who you are. She's not strong. She's not, you know what I'm saying? She don't go to work. She don't have no get up and go. None of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So ladies, don't take care of no man, because when you take care of his ass, he don't respect you because he don't got to. For what? You ain't making him earn nothing. You're giving him everything. You're his mother. It becomes a requirement and something that you're supposed to. You will find yourself just doing it like he your child.
Exactly. And that's that's kind of like what he was. But see, his mother, she gave him everything. She never told him no. So in hindsight, he looking for another mother because he can't be with his mother.
And he found his mother in you.
Yeah. Okay.
So with that being said, at what point, what was the moment? What happened that made you say, look, this is the last time he gonna knock on me or whatever. This is the last time I'm gonna go through this shit. If I don't leave this motherfucker, I'm gonna die. Because ultimately, that's the crossroads you have to get at. You know what I'm saying? Death or life. You know what I'm saying? If I stay, I'm gonna face death. He gonna kill me. You know what I'm saying? And if I leave, it might be a risk, but shit, life.
I'm getting up out of there.
On the other side. So what happened to you that made you be like, I want to live? This is not. I'm tired of this shit.
For one, it was my kids. At the time, they were 5 and 1. The daughter that me and him had together, she was 1. And I just remember the look on my son's face. He never wanted to be at home. He didn't want to be there. He was so unhappy. And that was hard to see a 5-year-old being unhappy because he was seeing the way I was being treated. Yeah. And then to see him leave and then everything is fine and then I let him come back, he would just be so miserable. So like I growing up, my mama used to take us to the Penelope house all the time because she was abused by my dad. So I knew the Penelope house and I just reached out to people. I just reached out to somebody there and they was like, everything is secret with them. They don't let you know the location. So I started going to counseling. I started seeing someone there. I would tell him, I picked up an extra shift. I'm going to work and everything. But I was going to counseling. And see, he wouldn't leave my house. And where I lived at, he would hold over my head, you can call the police, but I'm going to tell your landlord I've been living with you so you and your children can be evicted. I'm going to go back to my mama's house. Right. So my mind was I was going to leave because I knew he couldn't stay in my house on his own. He ain't had no job. Right. And so I started going to counseling. I stopped sleeping with him. I stopped talking to him. I was moving money, You know what I'm saying? So I could just go. And I sent my son away for the summer. I sent him to my sister's house. So it was just me and my little girl that was there because I was going to disappear. I was going to disappear on him. And the night that I left, it was July in 2011. Because I'll never forget it because my aunt passed away 2 weeks later after I had left him. But I was just at my end. I was at my end and I was like, you know what? I got to get out of here. So I started sleeping downstairs in my own house. I got out of my bed and was sleeping downstairs. I just didn't have no parts of him. And I remember he woke up that night in a rage because I found out he was doing powder and everything. Like, I didn't know none of this until like years after we broke up that he was doing powder and all that. And so he just woke up in a rage and you cheating on me and you doing this and you doing that. And I just remember he grabbed me by my hair and he drug me off the couch. And he just was calling me all kind of names and you bitch and you this and you that. And I just grabbed my daughter and I just ran out the house. I ran, and when I got outside, I fell. And so she fell out my arms, but she didn't hurt herself. She fell out my arms, and he came out the house. You threw my daughter on the ground, and he hit me in my head, bust my head open. I was bleeding. Like, I just feel the blood running down my face. And I took off running. And like I said, he was athletic. So he ran behind me, cagged me up. I hit my head and he left me in the field, bleeding from my head. He left me there. And I appeared, and no lie, when I was unconscious, I saw my funeral. And most people can't say they saw their funeral, but I saw my funeral. I saw myself in the casket. I saw my children sitting on the front row. I saw them crying, and I just heard a voice say, if you don't leave, he is going to kill you. You're going to die. I'm showing you, you're going to die. And when I came to, that was it. That next morning when I woke up, I called his mama because his mama was a big part of it. She would be like, just don't make him mad and he won't fight you. She was one of them mamas like that. And I called her and I said, you need to come get your son.
You know why? She want his ass at her house.
Yes, that's what it was. That's what it was. And I called and I said, you need to come get your son or you're going to be picking out a black dress for him because I can't do it no more. And she came and got him. And of course, you know, he was like, it'll never happen again. And baby, you know, the normal stuff that he always did, but I was done. That was it for me. When I heard that voice, I knew it was God. I was done. So when she came and got him, I sat down, like I sat down behind my door and I cried for like 2 hours. And when I got up, I said, I'll never cry over this again and I'll never go back. God, if you help me, and God helped me. I never went back, and it was 2011. And so, you know, I didn't tell anybody what I was going through. Like I say, my family, my sisters were being abused. My mom was abused. I didn't have any help like that. So for like 2 years, they just thought we broke up. They never knew what I went through, what I dealt with him and everything.
So look, let me ask. So what? First of all, he a fuck nigga, whoever he is. You know, I mean, it just is what it is. What
still abusing women to this day.
Still abusing women to this day.
Still abusing with every woman he's been with after me. He's abused them.
So do you think that, does he still have a drug problem that you know of?
No, I don't know. I don't know that, but who knows?
Okay, so you think that, well, you didn't even know at the time. Could you tell that he was high when you was with him, or when you was with him? Could you tell that he was high?
I couldn't tell. The weird thing about it was like he'll be up all night long. So I should knew that was a sign right there, like all night. I'm like, what you still doing up for? Why are you up? Why are you up?
He was high. That's why he was. I can only know my damn saying it. He is high. That's why he was up. He wouldn't go to sleep. He was high. When he closed his eyes, it still feel like he want to run.
Okay.
He was high. Oh Lord, jeez, I don't know my finger because I be high, but I don't be on that kind of high. But you know, I talk to crackheads, and I got crackheads and things in my goddamn family. Somebody did something. There you go, right there. Lord have mercy, Jesus. They ought to get him one of these. He was high.
How many fans you got?
A lot of them. About 25.
Oh my
God. So what would you say to like mothers? Because a lot of mothers tend to knowingly and unknowingly okay, look, Teresa, I'm gonna get, we're gonna have a Q&A.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with it.
Okay. So what would you say to a mother, somebody's mother, who are one of those type of mothers that love to sit there and, knowingly and unknowingly continue to try to push the relationship on a woman, and especially a woman that's vulnerable, and especially a woman that don't know what love is, and that can easily be influenced to think that trying to stay there and work it out, he gonna change, it's the right thing to do. What would you tell your daughter if your daughter was to be, God forbid,
God forbid. Yes, Lord.
What would you tell your baby? If she came to you and was like, I don't want to say that. What would you tell, my original question? What would you say to somebody's mother? Because you wouldn't do it, obviously, because you've been through it. No. So what would you say to somebody's mother who is the type of mother that does that?
Well, first I would have to tell her that she needs to start holding her son accountable for the things that he do and everything, and stop being afraid to hold him accountable, because a real mother, you know what I'm saying, through love, she gonna confront it. She gonna help you try to get it right. His mom wasn't like that. I mean, I'm talking about just, he could do the horrible thing to you, but the minute you do something to him, oh baby, she down 10 toes down to defend him. And so that my main thing, she never held him accountable. She never let him fall so he can get up like a man. Because she was all, I've seen her not pay her bills and give him money, and he would take it. He would take it from her, and your mama was struggling. So that would be my first thing, is to tell that mother, if you've got to step back. You've got to let him fall as a man on his own out here in this world, and you got to hold him accountable and everything. I have a son, and we just had a discussion today, like maybe all 2 4 days now. I'm like, I'm holding you accountable for everything, because you got to be a man out here in this world, and the world ain't gonna cut you no slack at all, period, especially by you being a black man. You seen me go through a lot. I don't want you going out there dealing with that, being another statistic, putting your hands on a woman, or having all these multiple babies out here and everything. So I hold him accountable now to this day. Period. And that'll be my main thing. I would say that she needs to do.
Period. So how do you think that you been in the situation that you was in with your children seeing it? Did it affect your relationship with your kids? Did it affect, I know you said one of your children didn't like to be at home. So
yeah, that's my son.
Your son. Do you have any more things that you saw that any other ways you saw that it affected your kids with them seeing you be abused, and how has it affected your relationship with your kids?
Well, at first, when he left, when it was like really done and over with, and that they knew for a fact that, hey, he's not coming back this time. I'm not gonna let him come back. I'm staying away. I did the right thing. I sat down, I talked with them, and counseling. My children have been through counseling and everything. Like I don't want no unresolved, unhealed issues within them as they grow up to become men and women out here in this world, to deal with that trauma. Because generation curse of real. I come from a long line of abused women. They never talked about it. They never discussed. Like even now with my family, they hate that I'm sharing my story. They hate that I'm getting out there, because you keep everything secret, you keep it quiet. Right. We don't do that in my house. We open and we honest, right. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to deal with it, and we're not going to carry that on to the next generation at our peers. So we have an open relationship now. We have a great relationship. He's a teenager. He better be 16, so he worked my last nerve. God knows he do, and everything. But he's going to be a great young man out here in this world and everything. The same way I'm raising with my daughter. So I got him in counseling to, anything that maybe they saw that I didn't know they saw them, that they couldn't talk to me about, at least you can talk to somebody.
Right.
About it.
Right. And so let me back up a little bit.
Okay.
So what happened? So what happened to him? So when he left you out in the field, and so when you got up, what happened? Did you call the police? Did he get arrested? What happened?
I never called the police on him. Never.
Really?
The whole 4 years. And something, my neighbor actually called the police one time, and when they got there, I was like, nothing happened. Nothing's going on. Nothing at all, period. I never did at all, period. That was a regret I had for a long time, that I never
But you know what? But you know what? That it's not even nothing for you to regret because that's how you was raised.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's how you was raised. Because I'm pretty sure you probably your dad, mom probably didn't call the police on your dad.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
No, she didn't.
So yeah, that's definitely not your fault. It's how you was raised. And you know, a lot of black women have to stop with the and I'm glad that you broke the curse. A lot of black women have to stop with the ride for my nigga mentality. Not just black women, all women, white women, every color ethnicity of a woman has this mentality of, you know, I got the ride or die. Do you know the be a ride or die for my man? And I got all that kind of stuff. Look, and then a lot of women like to sit there and think that if you be with the man long enough that he's gonna change. That it's backwards thinking, but because that's how we're you know, you gotta keep working with it, and then it'll work out. We're taught to do it backwards instead of letting it go and letting it grow. You know,
hold on to it even more.
You hold on to it.
And meanwhile, it's killing you. He's taking everything from you and just taking you through the mud. But I'm gonna stick with him.
And you know what? And you wonder why when a man leaves a woman after so long of being in a relationship and you're broken, and it's like he done went on with his life because you done gave him all your energy. You done gave him everything. He literally sucked you dry of everything. And you like, how the hell he just could go on? Because baby, you've been filling him up. You've been filling him up and building him up, and he's sorry as fuck sitting on the sofa. You still saying, well, baby, you this, and you believing in him and pumping them and priming them, and you goddamn come home and the motherfucker still sitting in the same spot he was sitting when you left.
Same spot.
Yeah. So you know we got to stop doing it. We got to get to a point. It don't matter if you got kids by a man or not. As women, and I'm just really talking to black women because you know I know how the black mind is conditioned. We really got to stop giving ourselves and giving everything to these men before they earn it, because most women that fall in love are just the man don't have he ain't got to be to have no job. He don't have to be to prove nothing to you.
It's words.
You go off of potential. You fall in love with potential. He hasn't proven shit. But the woman, she going to school. She holding down 2 or 3 jobs. She doing this. She doing that. She got a car. She doing the bills. She got her apartment. She got all this shit. You the prize. You the prize. And we sit there and have to we prove ourselves, try to prove yourself to a fucking joke. You know what I'm saying? So backwards. It's so backwards. You know what I'm saying? It's so backwards. And if we'll kind of switch that thinking around to, you know, people be saying, I seen somebody say, I'm not gonna call black women queens because they don't act like. If you'll switch that thinking around in your own mind that you are a queen, you ain't gonna let certain shit happen to you, and you ain't gonna take certain shit, and you're gonna require certain things before you even let them even get that close, before you even meet my children.
Amen.
I have required that you meet certain criteria and, you know, lengths of time before I just bring you around my kids. So what do you think about women and the relationship with their moms? Because let me tell you something, getting in abusive relationships, a lot of times the woman that is in an abusive relationship, she don't have the best relationship with her mother.
No, she do not. Or fathers 9 times out of 10 too.
But everybody always say they need a father. We know that, period. But how do you think the mother-daughter, how important do you think it is for the mother and daughter relationship to be a close-knit bond and a really good relationship for leading up until you going, you know, dating and courting and all that kind of stuff?
It's very important because I didn't have that. I didn't have a relationship with my mother. You know, she was on drugs. That was the lifestyle that she chose. So we basically, I got 3 sisters, so it's 4 of us. We raised ourselves. I really kind of say you can be on my own. So I was like 12. Raised myself. I didn't have that at all, period. And so I didn't even want daughters. To be honest with you, I wanted all boys. That's what I wanted. And I'm so grateful that God gave me 2 daughters. because I get to have that relationship with them I didn't have with my mother. I get to have it. So now I can instill in things I couldn't instill in her. That I couldn't get with her because she wasn't present. She was sexually abused as a child. So she turned to drugs and she turned to alcohol to numb her pain. She didn't know how to be a mother to us. So we really dealt with and went through a lot with her through her drug abuse and everything. So when I got my girls, and I didn't want to do, like I say, my daughter was 1, now she's 11, and I have a 6-year-old. So my 6-year-old never saw any of that because she wasn't here. But just being a mother to them now and talking with them, and we have an open relationship as well. And they have affirmations they say every day. I'm teaching them about self-love and self-care and who God is and how to live. And my son too, with all of them, because I want them to, because like you said, when you love yourself and you value yourself, it's just some shit you won't put up with. I'm sorry, you will not put up with it. You will not deal with it at all. And that curse, it ends with me and my children. It ended with us. It's not going to go any further. They're going to be great women out here. My son's going to be a great man because I speak it to them every day. And I celebrate them and I honor them every day, because I went to bed many a night just feeling like my mother hated me. She didn't want me. That's all we heard. I wish I never had you. I wish you was never here. And I would never want them to go to bed and feel that way. So, if I'm over the affection, you're going to look back and appreciate that you had a mother who poured that love into you one day. And so that's what I do with my girls, because I didn't have it, but so I can give it to them.
And that's so beautiful, because it does, because you're literally teaching your children how to love their children, and you're teaching your son, if that beautiful bond that you got with your son, even though he get on your nerves, because that's what he gonna do, because I'm sure on my nerves too. You're teaching him, although you seen some shit that you shouldn't have saw. You know what I'm saying? So he it's kind of like a gift and a curse, because he got to see how not to treat a woman. He got to remember that ain't look. My mama used to be crying and shit, and I seen my mama fucked up, and he hated it. You see what I'm saying? And so then now he get to see you in beautiful. So are you in a relationship?
No, I'm single. I'm single. I'm single.
So let me ask you this about dating.
Okay.
So when you're dating now, because I know, when you've been through what you've been through, and see, you've got your healing in.
Oops, yes.
So you come on in. You see what I'm saying? You got your healing in. So what is it like dating a woman that has gotten her power back and that truly loves herself? Because I'm gonna tell you something. You can tell that you're happy. You know what I'm saying? I can tell that you're happy. I can see it in your face. I can see it in your eyes. You're smiling for real. When you laugh, it go all the way up to your eye. I can tell that you're happy.
Well, thank you. Ma'am, it took me a long time to get to this place. It took me a long time. I just turned 36 in September. And it took me a long time to just fully be okay with me and love me and accept me. And, I'm in a great single season of my life right now. I was in a relationship with my last little girl, Dad. We were in a relationship, but it ended in 2017. Thank God it ended in 2017. And I just had to work on myself. So, I've been on dates here and now, but, I love my city, but these men here, when they come across a woman with standards and, okay, you're not afraid to come to my house. You're not just afraid to sit in my house and watch Netflix and Hulu and all these. Like, I have standards. I have requirements because I know what I can bring to the table. So I'm just not looking for anything, they'll just, they go on to someone that's more easier. They can run over me.
Outside of Mobile, because it's a lot of down.
That's why I say I'm moving. I'm getting up out of here because I don't think my husband. He's not here. He's not here in Mobile.
My one
off here. He's not. He's not here. So that's my thing.
So what? I told you I was going to ask you a question, right? I told you I was going to ask you. Oh, okay. Yeah. So remember, I told you I was going to ask you something. So what I want to know is if you see your girlfriend, what are the signs of a woman that's being abused? If you had a friend and she was being, she started acting different. Mm-hmm. What are some, so if somebody else may have a friend out there that's acting different, and you may think that she acting different because, you know, she just got her new nigga, and it might not be it. You see what I'm saying? What are the signs of your friend might be getting abused?
Okay, well, you know, it's a lot of signs. They're gonna start out subtle, like, you know, and it's funny. I heard a presentation one day. The lady was like, "A domestic violence, it's never gonna be like, what if a man walk up to you and slap you on the face and then be like, 'Hey, babe, I love you.'" People think that's what domestic violence is, but it's not. It's slow and it's subtle because for one, they got to get your mind first. So once they get your mind, they got you.
Yeah.
They got you here. So I would say, you know, like controlling. You know what I'm saying? If they want to control everything in your life, every aspect, you may think it's sweet. He may, oh, you know what? Let me handle the money, baby. I'll pay all the bills. That right there, that's a sign, because once he got full control of all your money, you can't go nowhere. You can't do anything. Isolation, pulling you away from your family and friends, like that's what he did to me. Every time you got the phone with your mom and sister, we argue. So I backed away, or I was sneaking calling. So he isolating you from people in your life, especially people that's gonna, you know, care for you and love you. Or they're not gonna want them in your life because they're gonna tell you, baby, you don't need to be with him. Baby, something ain't right about him. And I had those people, and I pushed them away.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To be with him. Wanted to know your every move. Oh, that's so sweet. He want to know where I'm at, what I'm doing. No, baby, he want to know your every move so he can have that control and power over you too. Another big sign is he lied about his past. Like I'm talking about, like if every girl he done been with is crazy, and she doing this, she doing that, baby, run. Like run right now. Trail a baby mamas, trail a lot, please run. I'm talking about like far as you can. You know, temper and rage, you know what I'm saying? Like I can say mine's his. But you know, people nowadays, like they showing it up front, and still the girls are saying the aggressiveness, grab and put, and then even the abuse, of course it goes back to the physical abuse. If it's the first time he hits you, that's what I'm teaching my daughters. The first time he put his hands on you, you keep it moving. Do not give him another chance. Do not give him another option. I don't care what he say. You get on up out of there. Because please let him know your mama coming with her gun. She coming, because I done been through. I'm sorry. I can't let my children go through at all. People. I went through it, so they don't ever have to go through.
Right.
So I would say, look at those signs right there, like for real. Like look at them.
Okay. So, what would you say to someone that's, because a lot of women say, you know, it's not easy to leave, and obviously it wasn't easy to leave. Yeah. You know, what do you say to the women that are quick to say, "Girl, you are so stupid. How do you stay in a relationship with a man that beat you and he keep beating on you and you keep on staying?" What do you say to a woman that has no empathy towards a woman that's in a domestic violence relationship?
Well, first thing I would say is never say never, because you'll never know what you'll deal with too. Yeah, you may say like I was one of them too. I never do it. I'll never be the man put his hands on me, and I end up being there. So it's never say never. When it goes to that, get those people from around you, because in my case, I just needed someone to listen to what I was going through. I had the judgment. I had the girl, you stupid. I can't believe you dealing with that, this and that. I just want someone to say, what's going on with you? You know what I'm saying? Why do you feel like you deserve it? No one ever asked me that. No one ever, in my whole entire 4 years, asked me, why do you think you deserve to have someone to treat you that way? And all that. So, you know, it's the empathy, because you really need it. A lot of times you just need someone, and a safe space. I didn't have a safe space to go to. Right. I didn't have one to say, I'll get you and your children, and you guys can come on with me. So people who like that, get them out, just get them out of your life, because they're not good for you anyway. At all, period.
Right.
And so, yeah.
So I'm finna get ready to get some of these questions, because it's so in here. I've been seeing them scroll by.
You've been seeing stuff. And then when you said something about leaving, you know, most women, they abusers do kill them, unfortunately, you know, when they leave, unless they find another victim. Like in my situation, he immediately found someone else. And so he put his focus on her. So I had my time to heal and do what I had to do. I didn't have to worry about him trying to come back, because he had already found another victim.
Wow. That's just what he liked. That's just what he would he do. Just get to lay his damn head in.
Exactly.
Let me see. Okay. Why? Oh, Teresa asked, "Why didn't you press charges? Why didn't you press charges?"
You know what? I've asked myself, and it's been 9 years now, and some days I still ask myself that. But it was just like I felt I needed him. I felt like, you know what, just don't put him through that. Don't, even know what he's doing to you. Look what he's doing to you. I just still wanted to protect him in a way. No, he'll get better. Let me just keep loving him and being there and everything. And it didn't. It got worse and worse until, you know, as you can see.
Yeah. Which is what it usually does, because you know, usually when it get worse and worse, he's kind of seeing how far he can push you. It, you know, it might start
how far he can go.
It might start off with a push, then a slap, then a punch, then a TKO, then a pistol whip. I got friends that have been through it. Okay. But she continues to call and tell you the abuse and say she loves them. I think we kind of covered that, Trina. Let me see. What if the mother continues to tell the girlfriend to leave? Oh, no, we didn't. What if the mother continues to tell the girlfriend to leave her son alone, but she won't, but continues to call you to tell you about the abuse and says she loves him?
Ooh, that's an interesting question right there. So the girl is calling the mother.
The mother is continuing to tell the girlfriend. The girlfriend is calling the mother, and the mother is continuing to tell the girlfriend to leave her son alone. But the girlfriend won't. But she continued to call you to tell you about the What should that mother do? Because that's kind of like a crackhead. You got to treat him kind of like a crackhead with it.
Well, in that situation, she's not gonna leave that son alone until she's tired. I had a friend lady that was like that. I would call her and tell her everything he did to me, everything, till she couldn't take it no more with hearing what he was doing to me. And she was like, "You're never gonna leave him until you get tired until you get tired. Because I can talk to you till you blue in the face, and that's how it's gonna be with that young lady right there. Until she's tired, she gonna stay."
Wow. Damn, Tawanda. She said, sad thing too, my ex-boyfriend was one of those men that wanted a woman to hit on him. He believed wow, that's a different that's a different perspective. That was a different perspective. You know what? It is. I believe it could be. If the women are like that, there are women like that that don't believe that a man love them unless he beating on her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If he didn't beat on me because he was mad about what I did,
the relationship boring, we argue, we fuss, dysfunction. You just thrive with dysfunction.
Yeah, and you know what? And when you be in dysfunction for so long, it's really it becomes like it's just the way it's normal. That's the way shit be. And when somebody is talking about something that's not dysfunctional, you can't even really grasp it.
Relate to it at all here, no.
You're so used
and
to
a lot of that is you have to unlearn the abuse that you endure. And that was a hard thing for me. I had to unlearn all that abuse I endured from my mother and different people to love myself.
Right. And you know what? Self-love, that's the first, that's gonna have to be the first. And you know what? People say self-love, but that's the hardest fucking point in your life to get to.
It really
is. Learning to love yourself and accept yourself, which that's the first step that you gotta decide that you want to get out of the relationship, obviously, and you're tired. And but the journey that you have to go on, the first thing that you have to begin to love, it's not even your children. You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't even love them enough. And it don't mean you don't love them, but you didn't love yourself
enough to leave,
to not let this shit happen around them. You know what I'm saying? So that journey to self-love, that's a long ass journey. That's a long journey.
And it's a hard one too, because I had to sit in just the silence of all that pain, and it was just me. And tell you one thing, when you ask God to show you yourself, baby, He'll do it, and you better get ready for it, because He showed me some things about me. So it just broke me down, but I'm grateful that He did.
And you know, and you have to take you know, and I think you have to go through a process of forgiving yourself for even allowing somebody to even do that to you. You know, and I guess that's part of self-love. Getting to a point where you know that you are worth more to even let anybody
tolerate that.
yeah, to even tolerate something like that. So anything else that you want to wait.
Okay.
Come on,
I'm ready.
come in. I'm gonna ask them.
I'm ready.
Because you know these you know my fan is my co-host and my people you know these my co-anchors. We all report the news together. Okay, so what if you sat and watched your parent as a child get beat on and now grew up as an adult with trauma? What steps do you take to get over flashbacks? Have you ever had to deal with flashbacks?
Oh, yes. Oh my God, yes. Those 2 years after he left, you know, it was hard, but I would sit in the dark sometime and just cry and I was in just a dark space in my life because I've seen my mother, you know, get abused. It was horrible. It was really horrible. So for that person right there they really need to, you know, I'm not pushing God or religion or anybody, but you know, I'm saying I love God. He's my life. I have a great church I'm part of. I have a great relationship with him. God really helped me in therapy, like really get into some mental health therapy for real. Because therapy, it really helped me. It showed me that because I thought just going to therapy, I'm gonna tell you all my business and then that's it. And my therapist was like, no, ma'am, the real work is outside because situation and things are gonna come where you got to use everything you learn in therapy. You got to use that here in this real world. So with that person right there, they need to go get that therapy because they're just going to meet someone just with the same kind of trauma, and you both just going to be broken glass, cutting each other, being
and
together.
You know what? And another thing that I find to be true is, you know, when people say like attract like, that's true. Broken people attract broken people. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I just, you know, we just got to do shit different. We got to change our mindset. You know, we got to start healing ourselves first before we get into these relationships. Because look, we've already be traumatized when we teenagers and all that shit. By the time you be grown, you done been molested and all kind of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So we got to start getting to the point where we go fix the problem first. And let me tell you why you need to fix the problem first. You need to fix the problem first because if like attract like, you want to be healthy and you want to be whole and you want to be in a good headspace. You want to have your shit together. You know what I'm saying? Before you meet somebody, so that when you meet somebody, they'll have they shit together. You know what I'm saying? They've been and did the work on the inside. I seen the post the other day and I just was like, wow, this has got to be the dumbest shit. But you know, I ain't say it was the dumbest shit, but I in my mind, I want to say, bitch, you sound dumb as hell. But I ain't say that, you know. But this post that somebody posted, and he just reposted something that somebody else said. And he was like, they don't make them like that anymore. So what she posted was something to the fact of, I just want to get me a nigga that another woman that used that's hurt and heal him and heal him, love him and heal him and all that kind of shit. But basically she wants a broken man. Yes. Who has been hurt. You want like a puppy. You know what I'm saying? Basically. Somebody that can't really, you know, emotionally capable of taking care of themselves or being able to express themselves. She want
to heal them and she want to build them up.
Yeah.
And wow. So when he get healed and fixed, he gonna leave her and be with somebody else that's healed and fixed. Okay.
That's what I said. I said, baby. I said, honey. I'm like, that is the wrong mindset, but that is a real thing. Even if we don't think that they have that mindset, that's a real thing that women do. And you know what I'm saying? Like that please stop thinking that shit. And she was young, you know, and I was like, oh. You know, and she was young, but that's like the wrong mindset. That's the wrong way for us to do it. We need to let these men grow up and we need to allow them to heal themselves because these men be broken. They be just traumatized as women be. They be fucked with and was beat on and abused and neglected and all kind of bullshit.
Mama issues and take it all out on you.
All of that, just like we do. So you can't really get with a man and say, you know, you can, but when he fucked up, you got to just look at him and say, you know what, damn, you know, he got some trauma too, because ain't nobody just like this. You ain't born like this. what something made you get like that, and that is what got to be healed in that man before he could go and be the man that somebody needs.
Yeah, because what he gonna do is he gonna destroy every woman in his path until he gets he gets that healing. He's just gonna keep on doing it.
Mm-hmm. And when you get men like you said, and you build them up, and you and they're broken and all of that shit, 9 times out of 10, you gonna build him up, and you fixing him for another woman. Because he hasn't had to earn anything. You know, so that respect that he'll have from a woman who he had to chase and earn her love and her respect, he won't have the same go back to taking care of a man like you his goddamn mama, and then when you got to treat him like his mama, and he get mad and throw a temper tantrum. That's the shit you got to deal with. You know, so that's just kind of work on that shit right there, because you know that's why me and my husband is in counseling. We go Fridays at 2:00.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. I believe in that. When it goes to special, and you know what? Even if your marriage is good, still go to counseling. Still go, still go there.
You have to go. You have to go. Because girl, look, sometimes sometimes it be some days where you don't even know how to express anger, because shit is gonna trigger you. You know what I'm saying? No matter what kind of trauma you've been through, you're gonna have triggers. So you don't never know how you might wake up and feel. But therapy and learning how to access those skills that you learn, because obviously your way don't work, because you still keep going through the same bullshit that you're gonna do. Your way ain't working. So going to somebody and doing the white folk shit and getting them motherfucking tools to help you know how to handle situations when they arise. Go get that shit. Or what you need. If you need help,
go do it. Please do.
Override your common sense. So,
amen.
Go get that goddamn help if you need it.
And that's a lot what my nonprofit is for the survivors.
So tell me, first of all, you have a nonprofit, and then you're also gonna put another notch in your belt, and you're gonna be an author. So tell us about your nonprofit, and then tell us about the book that you're writing.
Okay, girl, my nonprofit was prophesied to me in 2018, and I was like, no, I'm not doing it. I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to bring this up. I really ran from doing this because I didn't have the type of support, to help me. And I was like, nobody want to hear my story. Nobody want to hear what I went through and everything. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to give me a 9-to-5 job. I'm just going to take care of my children. And not it, but God was like, this is what I want you to do.
Such an unfulfilling life. It's to just get a 9-to-5 job and take care of your kids.
Exactly. So he was like, nope, you're going to do what I tell you to do. So the nonprofit is called Help Me Help You and everything. And I didn't want it to be, because like here, the Penelope House, it's really hard to get in with them. And because they're so set with, we do this and we do that and everything. So I wanted to focus on the counseling side of, when people come in and, because like my inbox is open for, anyone who want to inbox me. I keep it open 24/7, because someone may just need someone to talk to, vent with. But it's to help. It's with counseling. You know what I'm saying? It's to help you to unlearn the tools of abuse. Recognize signs, heal from your childhood trauma, heal any trauma that you're going through. You know what I'm saying? So you won't go back to your abuser. So you won't, get involved with someone else. And then unfortunately, God has placed a lot of great people in my life. I know a lot of places. Okay, you can go over here. They do resume training for free. You can go over here. They help you with job placement. Okay, this right here may be a shelter if you don't have nowhere to go. All these things in my life I've been through, they was for my nonprofit, for me to, to be able to help, with the women and everything. So, and then my book it's about my life. It's about my life story, and my 36 years, I've been through some things. Like, God has really had his hand on me, on my life, and spared me, so many times. Even when I didn't even know who God was or even living my life for God, he had his hands on me so I can write this book, and I can get out here and speak and get my story right here. And I have a motto, like the motto for my nonprofit is don't be afraid to stay. I'm sorry. I got tongue tied for a minute.
Don't be afraid to leave.
Yeah, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to leave. Thank you, ma'am. Don't be afraid to leave. Be afraid to stay. God, I got tongue tied just that quick. But that's my motto. And I just want to teach them self-love and to know who you are and to really love yourself. And it's helped me in my single season, in my walk, because I just had to be alone. I just had to deal with no men. And Jim, I had to find out who Shermonicia is and what was my purpose and what was my calling and what was my life and everything. So I always tell God, as many relationships I had to help, God, I know my husband a good man. He is a good man, because I'm going to have to reap all that goodness back. You're going to have to bring him on to me. But, you know, right now, I'm just enjoying this single season with my children. Can come and go as I please. I ain't got to worry about nothing. I'm enjoying it. And so just, you know, my focus is this right now. And I know he'll be on that same path when we meet each other, whenever that day comes. But that's pretty much where it's at. And I'm just right now, I'm trying to get out here and get the, you know, get all the help and the resources that I need so I can help these women know that there is life after domestic violence. You can have a life after a great life. And you know, you can help someone with your story too. No matter how big or how small, I always say whatever you go through in life is so you can reach back and help somebody else. I've been saying that all my life. So that's what I live by, to help others.
You know, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, Shermonicia. I really am. You know,
can I get a fan?
Because you know what? Listen, let me give your flowers, honey. Let me give your flowers while you still yet live.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Because, you know, this is, and I really appreciate you coming on here. And I'm really happy and proud to see you on the other side, and it's genuine. And I know that because I know what my inbox looked like. You know what I'm saying? So I you know, when I had reached out to you, I was like, look, I haven't been, you know, been abused. You know what I'm saying? I need somebody that has been you know, abused and that has came out on the other side, because then you become a symbol of hope. You know what I'm saying? So thank you for being our little symbol of hope on somebody's business, because this gonna really help a whole lot of people that that weren't gonna leave or just thought that they deserve to be where they at.
And I've been there. When I say I can understand, when I tell people I know what you'd have been through,
right?
I'm speaking from experience, because I've had that mindset. I know exactly how you feel.
So I just want to tell you, thank you so much for coming on our little show. Look, you know, I ain't got my husband over here to do no sound and then child.
Oh, well, I appreciate you having me on here. Like I say, I've been a fan of yours for a long time. I really have.
Look, and so I just want to tell you, thank you for coming on my show. Anytime you want to come on here, or anytime you have something that you're promoting that has something to do with women empowerment or helping women, hit me up. You know,
I will.
And we can make it happen. And before we go, one more time, can you tell them about where they can find your nonprofit at, so they can contact you, and where they can contact you at on Facebook. I'm gonna reshare her flyer, y'all, so y'all can be able to see her flyer. So if anybody want to jump in her inbox or
yes,
y'all do that. So tell us one more time about where they can reach, especially in Mobile. She in Mobile, y'all go get that.
I'm in Mobile. I'm in Mobile. Well,
you probably need to go holler at her so you can get a little help.
Please do. Please come on. My inbox is open. Well, on Facebook, I'm Shermonicia Slaughter. My inbox is open 24/7. It is open. Like, please reach out to me. I'll do whatever I can to help you. You know what I'm saying? In the right direction. I'm very patient. I know the signs of someone who want to reach out and say, "Oh, I want to leave," but then they go back. Hey, I'm patient because I've been there. I'm on Instagram too as well. I have a podcast that I do, you know, that focus similar around domestic violence too, but it's also just my journey in my life, which that's called My Journey Within. I have a page for that, and then I have a regular Instagram page too. It's my children's middle name. It's Janae I Jade, and that's on Instagram. Okay. And you know, you can reach me any one of those platforms right there. I'm launching the website for Help Me Help You. I'm getting all that together and whatnot. And once I get everything together, I'm trying to do a rally for it, kind of like just an opening thing with it. But right now, I do any type of counseling in my living room because I don't have a building or anywhere to go to. Hey, I'm starting out small, but you're welcome to come here. Or if you want to meet somewhere, you know, you don't feel comfortable, I'm here. I'll do whatever I can to help you. to help you get away. And I'll take my time with you until you're really serious about leaving. So please feel free to reach out.
All right, y'all. There you go. In Mobile, Alabama, look, y'all, look, this can be a whole sisterhood. Even if you ain't ready to leave yet, you got somebody who you can reach out to that can fill you up with hope, and good things, so that she can start building you up to give you that courage to leave. So thank you again, Shermonica, for coming on here. And I really appreciate you coming out here. This was a very good conversation, like I knew it was gonna be. And y'all know I love everybody that love me, and I fuck with everybody that fuck with me. And until I have to come back on here, because I don't come back on here tonight. I'm coming back on here in the morning because I got to read me a couple hours. And so I love y'all, and I'll see y'all later.